I scoured the world for the best budget mini PC in existence. 11 candidates were chosen to fly down to Robtech HQ and undergo a variety of rigorous tests. Faster, damn it! Ah, it burns! What the hell is this? After having reviewed each mini PC individually, candidates were scored based on how well they performed in a selection of categories. The top 5 minis are presented here. The Mealy Quieter 3Q replaces last year's 2Q with a big bump in CPU and graphics performance. It is the smallest fanless PC around with a budget price and fits in your pocket. Sort of. Performance is good thanks to the Intel Celeron N5105, but it doesn't perform at its peak consistently due to the power limiting from heat buildup. Still, it lets you play retro games or stream 4K YouTube pretty well. The included eMMC storage is slower than any SATA or NVMe SSD you'll find on the market, but you can open it up and install an M.2 NVMe drive. The port selection is pretty simple. If you want a USB-C with DisplayPort out and a USB-C with power delivery, you'll need to pay more for the 3C model. However, that one consistently performed worse in all my tests. Both Quieter 3 units are running on single channel memory, which slightly reduces graphics performance. Windows 11 Pro is pre-installed, and overall it's a pretty good option for the dollars, and the only fanless mini PC to make it into the top 5. Silent computing for the win! If you thought the average mini PC wasn't small enough, then I present you the Cube. Known as the ZX01, available through various sellers on AliExpress, it comes pre-built with Windows 11 Pro. I think this is the ideal box for a retro gaming setup on a TV. Tiny, surprisingly quiet, and will emulate games up to a GameCube pretty well. Of course, it makes a decent home office desktop or media player as well. The included storage isn't the fastest, but it's better than the Mealy Quieter 3. It can also be replaced. Overall, it's pretty cheap with just enough ports not to be a problem. The ZX01 also doesn't run at peak performance due to some power throttling issues, but it does run faster than the fanless PCs with the same CPU. It's a cool little cube. The TrigKey Green G3 can be had for as low as $144 on Amazon, which I find bonkers. It's near silent and smaller than the average mini. It's also a good performer compared to the other units tested. Build quality is solid and the simple black box looks nice. The Green G3 is pre-built with an M.2 SATA drive and single memory slot, which is its biggest flaw. Graphics performance is a bit slower as a result. You can add additional storage via the 2.5-inch drive slot, and it's good for some retro gaming and media playback. It comes with Windows 11 Pro, but much like the other budget minis, Ubuntu and Chrome OS Flex worked without issue. Ports are simple with no USB-C, but overall, the TrigKey Green G3 is excellent value for the money and comes recommended. Beelink's U59 Pro hits the top 5 thanks to having the best overall features, good performance, and near silent fan noise. It's got USB-C, dual gigabit LAN, and HDMI. It also has space for an additional 2.5-inch SATA drive. This one comes pre-built and is offered in an 8 or 16 GB memory configuration. Unfortunately, the only downside to this mini is that the 8 GB pre-built variant comes with one stick of DDR4 memory, so it's running in single channel mode. The difference in the DX11 graphics benchmark was substantial, but you can see here, you lose around 15% graphics performance. But the affordable price helps soften the blow. The U59 Pro comes with 500 GB of M.2 SATA storage instead of NVMe, but considering what these minis are used for, it doesn't make much difference. As of this video, you can find it as low as $220 US, which is great value. Factoring price, performance and features, the Beelink U59 Pro takes out second place. Intel once again shows the competition how it's done, with superior build quality and the longest warranty period at 3 years. Nearly all the other mini PCs have just a 1-year warranty. It's also one of the very few minis to have casing made mostly from metal. For a budget mini, it feels premium. The NUC 11 Essential also has the best cooling, with the lowest max temp at default settings. However, the fan is audible when the unit is under load. It's not as quiet as the Trigkey or Beelink, but it's plenty quieter than your average NUC. You also get Intel's long-term support for NUCs with drivers and BIOS updates for years to come. Where the NUC 11 Essential falls short is its single M.2 NVMe slot for storage and lack of USB-C. It's also bare bones, so you'll need to put one together yourself or find a store that does pre-builds. I reviewed the Pentium N6005 unit, but there's also a Celeron N5105 available. The Pentium has around 10% faster CPU performance and around 15% faster graphics than the Celeron. Depending on your needs, it may be worth the extra dollars. Intel's NUC 11 Essential is a high quality budget option with its premium case and long warranty. It takes out the #1 budget spot. Congrats! You'll have to do some searching in the US, but the quad-core Celeron N5105 should be available around this price from computer stores, and the Pentium will be a bit more. Whatever you do, don't buy the N4505 model, it's only a dual core for a small saving. Down under, you can get the Celeron N5105 barebones model for as little as 229 Aussie dollars. But we're not finished yet. I also want to give a shout out to the Maxtang NX6412 fanless mini PC, the only budget mini to be completely made out of metal. It has a premium feel to it and also features dual gigabit LAN. A decent performer, but for specific usage cases. Don't forget to check out a full review of any mini PC you're interested in. They're all linked in the video description. This was a fun little project, and wow, budget mini PCs have improved in leaps and bounds. Most of them used to be complete garbage, but the majority of minis I reviewed were good, everyday computing PCs. They could replace many people's aging laptops and desktops for very power efficient and quiet computing. Also, it's a shame that viable budget minis are only available with Intel CPUs. AMD is completely missing in action. They don't seem to have any cheap, low-powered options on offer to compete with. Finally, for those interested in the numbers, I'll put up my benchmarks for all 11 mini PCs right now. So, thanks for watching, and hope you found what you're looking for. While my budget mini reviews are done for the year, there's still plenty of mid to high-end units I'll be reviewing. So, subscribe for more mini PC reviews in the future. That's all for this one, and I'll see you later. Cheers!